What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and we're here today to close out the month of July with our final new release Saturday film for the month, The Gray Man, starring Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, Anna de Armas, Jessica Henwick, Alfre Woodard, and Billy Bob Thornton. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And let's go ahead and get the cat out of the bag right now. Yes, I'm in my new place. I'm in my new studio. Forgive a little bit of the backdrop here. We're still working on stuff, getting things set up, putting things away. Just is what it is at the moment. But enough about that. We're not here to talk about my new place, my new digs, my new casa, my new studio. We're here to talk about new release Saturday. And today, the final new release Saturday of the month, The Gray Man. And as our movie opens, senior CIA official Donald Fitzroy visits a convicted murderer in prison. And Fitz offers the convict his freedom in exchange for working as an assassin in the CIA's Sierra program. Of course, the convict agrees and takes on the code name of Sierra 6. We then jump ahead 18 years, and while on a mission in Bangkok, 6 is ordered to assassinate a target who is suspected of selling off national security secrets while working with fellow CIA agent Danny Miranda. However, he is unable to do so stealthily without harming any civilians, so he attacks the target directly, mortally wounding him in the process. Now, before dying, the target reveals that he also worked in the Sierra program under the codename Sierra 4, and he proceeds to hand 6 an encrypted drive that details the corruption of rising star CIA official Denny Carmichael, who just so happens to be the lead agent on this particular assassination mission. Now, Carmichael is elusive about the true purpose of the mission, as well as the contents of the drive when he's confronted by 6, which leads to 6 refusing to evacuate Bangkok with Carmichael's men. 6 then sends the drive to former Sierra program handler Margaret Cahill, who is in Prague, and requests an extraction from a now retired Fitz. Now, Carmichael hires mercenary Lloyd Hansen, who is a former CIA agent who was kicked out of the agency due to his sociopathic tendencies, in order to track 6 down and retrieve the drive. Now, Lloyd does so by kidnapping Fitz's niece, Claire, in order to force Fitz to authorize 6's murder by the extraction team sent to get him. However, 6 is able to kill the extraction team and escape. Frustrated by all this, Carmichael sends his subordinate, Suzanne Brewer, to oversee Lloyd and help keep him in line. Lloyd keeps Fitz and Claire hostage inside of a mansion in Croatia, where he also has his operations center based. Lloyd additionally puts a bounty onto 6's head in order to attract the world's best mercenaries and assassins to hunt him down. 6 then heads to Vienna in order to receive new documents, but his contact, Laszlo Sosa, betrays him for the bounty. 6 escapes just as Lloyd arrives with his team and is subsequently rescued, but then taken captive by Miranda, whose reputation is tattered following the Bangkok mission. 6 is able to convince Miranda to drive him to see Cahill, where she is able to then decrypt the drive and discover the extent of Carmichael's corruption on behalf of a mysterious benefactor who is working for a shadow government. Lloyd then sends several teams of assassins to Cahill's home, leading the terminally ill Cahill to sacrifice herself in order to give Six and Miranda the opportunity to escape after a further shootout on the streets of Prague. The duo then take refuge in a hospital where a mercenary named Lone Wolf steals the drive from them and brings it to Lloyd. Miranda and Six are then able to track down Claire through the wireless signal that is broadcast through her pacemaker. And with Miranda creating a distraction, Six is able to infiltrate the mansion and rescue Fitz and Claire. Fitz is mortally wounded as they flee and decides to sacrifice himself in a failed attempt to kill Lloyd. Lone Wolf defeats Miranda in a fight, but he decides to give her the drive anyway, as he has become disgusted with Lloyd's willingness to kill children as well as his lack of morals. Lloyd manages to take Claire hostage and drags her into a hedge maze. After a standoff, Lloyd lets go of Claire and fights Six. However, before Six can kill him, Lloyd is shot and killed by Brewer, who tells Six that she plans to pin Carmichael's actions onto Lloyd in order to gain some leverage over him. Furthermore, Brewer then pledges Claire's safety, but only if Six continues to work for the CIA. Six and Miranda are forced to cooperate in the cover-up, where ultimately no action is taken against Carmichael. As our movie ends, Six escapes custody and frees Claire from the secret location that she is being held at, leaving Carmichael and Brewer dumbfounded as to how Six was able to get away. I wasn't really sure what to expect about this. I could tell it was a spy type of movie. Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, so the cast intrigued me. Alfre Woodard, Billy Bob Thornton, good supporting cast. But other than that, I didn't really know what to expect from this film. And it was definitely interesting. I don't know if I could have seen this in theaters. I think if I had paid money to see this in theaters, I probably would have been disappointed. But because I waited the week and saw it when it dropped on Netflix, I think I enjoyed it a little bit more. If that makes any sense. Like if I had to pay for this, I probably would rate it lower than what I'm going to. But because I didn't have to pay for the theater, the popcorn, the drink, and all that, I feel like I can give it a little bit of a better grade. The story, in my opinion, wasn't anything fancy. It's your typical spy, mistaken man story. Chris Evans, I felt, was a decent enough villain. I don't know if I really can truly buy him as a heel, though, with all the years that he's been good old Captain America, Steve Rogers. It just, something about it didn't work for me. I think if the roles had been reversed, it would have been a little bit different for me, a little bit better. But maybe that's why they went the way they went, was because people figured Gosling would be the villain and Chris Evans would be the good guy. So they went against cast. I'm not really sure. Overall, I definitely think you guys should check it out if you're fans of Ryan Gosling, if you're fans of Chris Evans. Give the movie a watch. I think the little sub-story between Six and Claire is very sweet, and how he's protective over her. I think it's a good little sub-story. Gives Six's character a little bit of heart. Other than that, though, in my personal opinion, there's not a whole lot to write home about. When it comes to my rating for this film, I'm going to give it 2.5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, and that's rating it higher than if I had seen it in theaters. If I had seen this in theaters, I probably would be giving it about 1.5. It wasn't anything special to me. The action was decent, not great. You can understand why it was on Netflix pretty much immediately. It only had a limited, like 1 week run in theaters before it hit Netflix. And I definitely think you can see why. The one funny thing about this is there's a moment in the film where Chris Evans's character, Lloyd, makes a joke about bring me the head of that Ken doll. And if you know movie making right now, Ryan Gosling is currently shooting the Barbie movie with Margot Robbie, and he's portraying Ken in the film. So there's that little Easter egg joke in there that I did think was funny, but not enough to save the movie. 2.5 out of 5 stars for me when it comes to The Gray Man. What do you guys think? Let me know if you're watching the premiere. Leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Let's engage in that conversation. Let's discuss. Do you think I'm completely out of line with this? Do you think I hit the mark? Let me know. Make sure you tune in immediately following this broadcast, both here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, as well as over on the Jeff Meacham Network, as we provide our coverage of the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. Preview and predictions going to begin at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. Play-by-play and live reactions at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Myself, Noah Foster, and James Hebert all on the call. Noah doing play-by-play, me and James doing color commentary. It should be a fun one. Open mic night immediately following, as we usually do with our pay-per-view coverage. And then tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, will be another brand new installment of The War Zone, the weekly acquisition report, where I show off some of the newest additions to my ever-growing media library. And then following that, over on the Jeff Meacham Network, Jeff Meacham and Noah Foster will be having their exclusive coverage of Ric Flair's last match. You're going to want to make sure you tune into that with Jeff's memories of Mania weekend, being there for Ric Flair's Hall of Fame induction, and then his first last match. Like I said, you're not going to want to miss any of that coverage, both here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, as well as over on the Jeff Meacham Network. To all my loyal fans and viewers out there, thank you very much for tuning in today and joining me as I give you my review of The Gray Man. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you're subscribed. Share this video with anybody that you think would be interested. Movie lovers, Ryan Gosling fans, Chris Evans fans, fans of spy movies, cinephiles in general. Anybody that you think would enjoy my coverage of this film, share the video with them. Let's boost me up in YouTube's algorithms so I can eventually get monetized by the end of the year. Thank you again to all of you that tuned in and joined me today, and I will see you guys next time.